Hi. So I am live. And just having a look at the places I'm live. It should be on StreamYard, it should be on Facebook, it should be on Facebook, two places. So just curious if somebody's already watching. And it's Friday. Friday, the live. Hi, Carrie. This is only a beautiful soul. Patricia's taking a break. And welcome. So it's Friday again for the healing. So if you have any personal healing to attempt to put light on, um, just mention that. Things is things are like personal healing is working. Like if your personal field is healed, then it's easier. Then your world changes, and then the world you're interacting with is changing as well. So I made a little note for one of them. There was one request for the pineal gland, and there were some reactions in the past days, and they made me focus a bit more on do your own work, because of course healing codes are very beneficial, and of course they work. And looking in my mirror, I have to do my own work as well. So everybody has to do something self. I was always in my normal healing sessions is like the healing sessions before I was doing light language, like Reiki, things like that. Then I was always telling people there's the conscious part and the subconscious part, and in the conscious part you have to do your homework. You have to make choices. You have to actively do something, and in the subconscious part we can easily dust the dust away and clarify things and put light in it so that the energy fields around you are in balance. And if you make the right choices, that balance benefits you, and that together is healing, or is um, rearranging your path, aligning it with your higher self. So having said that, let me have a look. Welcome, Carrie. Welcome, Julie and Samala. Beautiful, everybody's here. So if you have any personal healing questions, or and I'm not a doctor, I can do a lot of things, and I'm sure some physical parts are related to other energetical parts. But if you really are like already in a traject, is that the word? Yeah, I think so. In with doctors, medicines, then it's more like balancing the things around it than really into those aspects. Hi, Lex. So the questions for healing are more like personal. I'm blocking in such and such a way, or I got this ever returning pain, because then I can change that by motion and things can move in. Um, so for starters, today this was a nice week for myself. I was in a deep process, and the deep process is exactly on the topic of homework, because I'm lazy as many people, and so I got this information that of a system stop, like you can call it flu or you can call it a cold or whatever. So that system stop worked, and I tend to really lay into that and to just stay in this illness. And thanks to Patricia, she kicked me through that, and that helped opening the gateways that are there to do your own decision, make your own decisions, and move forward. Not that everything is instantly gone away by that, but it helps to um, get back in motion. Systems are stopped, and then you have to make a decision. Do I stand still? Is this what I want? Be blocked and stopped and whatever? Or do I want to move forward? And sometimes you need a little bit uh, kick in the ass or whatever to move forward. And from that moment on, you have to make the decisions. Having said this, I'm looking into the people coming in. Lex asking how to balance heart head at most people, as most people are a bit stuck in their head. Well, you don't have to balance them. That's not your job. It's the only balance you can achieve is your own balance, and that's simple by using your hand as much as possible when you communicate, think, or whatever. Of course, then it's not judgment. Um, Understand that everything is perfect. So even if the others are stuck in their head, it's perfect. That's their path. Understand that everything is perfect and that everything is created at the right moment in time. And we don't need to do anything for anybody else. It's only if we are balanced and we are finding our pace, then we can help others because they will be attracted to us and they say, okay, hey Lex, can you help me? Or I want some advice or whatever. And then you are allowed to help. And the help is almost always showing them how you are doing it for yourself. So it's very important not to judge anybody because we are all moving on our own pace and it's okay. And we've got all our own belief systems and things like that. Um, so that's mostly what I can tell about this at this moment. Let me see, 1 second. Um, it's important that you focus on yourself, and the rest is distraction. Even people, even mostly people are distraction. So every time something is um, attracting you away from your inner world, remember it's just a signal. It's helping you. It's getting you in your own world. It's the opportunity to get there. And what others are doing, it's their choice. We are not made or created or put here on a mission to change other people, to help other people without their really asking for it. It's only our mission to be as pure and as um, aligned as possible because when you are pure and aligned, you will be a shining light. And that's the easiest way to move on this planet. And when you feel that you are aligned with your higher self, connected, then you can understand that there's only abundance. Then you understand there is only a beautiful planet here with very beautiful nature and very beautiful energies. So then everything is like the lotus flower they describe because that's a beautiful flower coming out of the mud and then opening completely with all these beautiful leaves, they're called. So that's how it works, in my opinion. And Jolene Crystal, uh, yes, very deep process. Also, what are very little five force allowing me to see. Um, yeah, the processes are deep, but they're only deep to help us. Everything with what happens to us is helping us. It's just like as long as we connect it to the heart. So put your hand on your heart as much as possible. As 24 hours, especially at night, it's easy. It's comforting. It's helping you sleep better. And so then you understand that everything is helping you. It's showing you that this is not the way. This is the only way. It's rather simple, but sometimes our surroundings, family, school systems, governments, all these systems are meant. are made, created to keep you out of your connection of your heart. Because if you're when you're pure connected to the heart, it's easy to understand that there's a lot of nonsense. And when you see it's nonsense, you don't put attention to it, and then it fades away. It's not like non-existent. So many things we have in our own control, but we forget it, and then we put attention to the outer world, and it's gone. Okay, let me see. It's also for me, for I tend to get there sometimes in the head. Yeah, and as you know, Lex, I'll put some quotes on that. Um, it's easy. It's really easy. Um, by the way, happy birthday. Um, so what I want to do is to start with quotes because we're here for healing, and it gives you a little bit of time to put some questions for healing, personal healing, not like a doctor, but more like emotional, psychological aspects or things you got stuck in. Make it personal because if you got stuck in something, people who will see this and listen to this will understand the same thing, and the coach can work for the collective. What I want to do is in listening to what Lex is saying is opening the heart because it will help if your heart is more open and then you connect to the heart. That's beneficial. I want to clear the pineal gland because the pineal gland is like a massive magnet of unsolved emotions, and they're not attached directly in the pineal gland, but in the spheres around it. And I want to reconnect you, not reconnect, to reconnect you to your higher self and to stabilize or magnify that connection. And that's a starter. So put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and let this really get deep inside of you. This is an all-time space, dimensions and infinities. It's helping you to really get into your own connection with your own higher self and all its helpers. Oh yeah. And at the same time, we are clearing and cleaning the pineal glands of everybody. And also reactivate the understanding that when the subconscious is changing, the consciousness needs to do homework itself. There has to be work done. And one of the parts of homework is being pure. So I will put in programmings of codes of the source for purity. Purity of heart, purity in the light. So that was a nice opening for me, at least it was. Um, so, in fact, life is really simple. We are in a big film. We are the main player of the film. The only thing the main player has to do is to be connected to the heart, keep on reconnecting time after time after time to the heart. Understand that whatever every other player in this film, in this movie is doing, it's perfectly orchestrated by the director, the source. And It is none of our business what they are doing, unless they come into our field and tap into our field and ask for something. And that can be two things. It can be information, which is because they want to spill it out to everybody, including you, and it's not yours. So you can leave that. Or it's information which starts something of your emotions. And then you don't have to, but you better can have a look at that emotion. You feel that emotion, you live that emotion, and you let go of that emotion. And that helps to clarify your system. Get the experience and clarify the system. Then, of course, this movie is filled with special effects, and the special effects are distracting and seducting us. So, oh wow, there's an explosion there and fireworks there. It's all part of this interesting movie. And it's for you, it's only signals that hey, go inside, back inside, connect again with your heart. It's okay. Everything is okay. Don't let the mind do anything. All this science is all crap because they don't know anything of multidimensionality, or if they know it, they don't tell you. So it's all nonsense. All these learned things are nonsense. Go back into your inner world. It's just signaling all the time. It's like flashlights, it's firecrackers, it's everything is bringing you into your attention. Don't put your attention around, put it inside. Doing that, shutting off by your hand on your heart, shutting off the mind, shutting off all this earth gained knowledge, which is mostly not pure, go back into your own system. And every time feel if the decision you are making in connection with your heart is as pure as possible. And that's the homework you got to do. Check if you are pure. The more purity you get into your system, the more light can be in your system, the more light will be shine, will shine. So it's an interactive system, and you are in control. There's nothing else. Of course, we made it a little bit complex, otherwise it would be a boring movie. So many of you have children, there's family, and there's country in which your politics have, and there's many things. But in the basis, it's still the same. Okay, that's how I see it. Let me see. Um, oops. Hi, Luke. Like your name, well born. What influence are you under ego or source great point? Ooh, my English for this is not really clear. What exactly are you meaning with this question? What influence are you under ego or source? Great point. Um, I'm not sure what you mean with your question. Ego is only a label. It's like if you connect to your heart, and the hand on the heart is just is a very nice, easy tool. If you put duct tape on it, 24 hours, 7, connected to your heart. In the heart is a photon. There's a light bulb, a little, how do you say it? Yeah, there's a photon of the source is in everybody's heart. Hand on the heart connects you to that photon. That connects you to your higher self and the source. Then you have all connection needed, plus a bit of grounding to the planet we are living on. Doing that, you don't need to talk of ego. Ego is more like the brain part, in my opinion. And you are expanding your question when we are facing a decision, are we doing what's good for the soul or the flesh? Is what I meant. Okay. Depends. What's best for that situation? As long as you make your decision from the heart. It doesn't really matter where the decision will go to. It matters where the decision is based upon. My belief system. So if you have to make a decision, connect to your inner world, and then the answers coming from the heart, filtered by the heart, coming through the heart. And what if it's for the flesh or for the soul? Doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's needed both, or sometimes one of those is needed, and the inner world can make that decision. I hope that clarifies your question. Yeah, and the duct tape is it's true. It's the easiest way. And you get those people who break their arm and then they have this thing around their neck, and then that's easy as well. Then it's always hanging there, and you can keep it there. Some When I started doing this many years ago, sometimes it was awkward, and I was sitting there somewhere in a meeting at business, and I was like, and by doing it more and more and more, I could feel that this whole area was expanding and getting more heated. So it was helping me. And I started understanding that these decisions I was making, connected by the heart, to the heart, were always better for me, my ego, my soul, whatever, the whole me, my multidimensional me. So that was helping and supporting me. So the duct tape is only just, it's an easy way to put a cross of duct tape and then it sticks there. And because normally, especially if you got Italian blood, you like to talk with hands, or like language, you talk with your hands. And now you just keep one hand as much as possible there, especially during the night. Helps me really to, when there's a lot of stress, and then it calms you down, calms you down. So, and it also can help if you're lying down, to put your hand on your belly, your stomach or belly, so yeah, belly button. So one hand on the heart and then on the belly, and then you really get quiet, because it grounds you like that. So again, let's go to the pineal gland, because many of us have lots of emotions we carry around. Sometimes you said this, we got this backpack full of things of the past, but the backpack is even more filled than we can imagine, because it's many lifetimes and many family lines. So there's lots of information in your field which you carry with you. And pineal glands in the middle of your head, so it's like in the center here, in the center there, so it's like exactly in the middle. You can connect to that by closing your eyes and look cross-eyed. I can't look cross-eyed, I think, in the camera. It was like this. And then you do it with your eyes closed, and then you can automatically you come in that area of the pineal gland. And putting attention to that is already helping, because that's setting up a system in which your pineal gland is connecting to your body, and it's letting go of these emotions. It will result in that you probably at night have dreams about things, but you don't have to go really into the process anymore. It's just clearing things. To support that, we are also able to put some codes on that. And so let's try that. So close your eyes, hand on the heart. If you didn't have it already, keep it there. Feet next to each other, don't cross it. Just keeping the emotion, the energies in a better circulation. And close your eyes, and then in all time, space, dimension, and infinity, we are just centering of the triangle between the heart, the third eye, and the pineal gland. And we are clearing and opening the communication path even better. That's I already answered. Yeah. So I hope this resonates with you. These codes. And if so, maybe you can give me feedback on how. If not, also give some feedback. It's interesting. I was thinking a couple of times in the past. I was not doing a live, but I was doing a session, and in that session, a couple of people just hooked on, and then there was interaction, and people were telling me because it was Zoom based, and now the interaction is only by the typing of the people which appear on my StreamYard line, and that's not everything I understand, but still, it's a little bit. Uh, so the live interaction for me is not as interactive as it appears. Uh, Let me see. So thank you. That one, yeah, so that's great to hear. And um, and this is one you can repeatedly listen to. So you can, if you watch a recording, you just mark when it starts, and you can listen to it multiple times. And it will, because it's something you can do at least once a day. Just clarify. It's clearing the field further and further, so deeper layers of core issues can be cleared without you getting to the whole process again. It's just that you will sometimes notice that they are cleared, they pass through your mind, and then you're, oh yeah, it's funny, I didn't think about it for a long time, and suddenly it pops in your mind and it moves away. But it's helping. So, having done this, let's get back into that higher self again. Um, we are all connected to our higher self. I told you about the photon in the source of the source in your heart, and somebody explained once to me that um, the connection between you and your higher self is like a pillar, and that pillar is, you can stand next to the pillar or aside from the pillar. If I'm the person and this is the higher self pillar, it's like sometimes it needs to be calibrated, or you need to be calibrated to be in the right um, alignment. I still think that's true, and it's also a realization in the connection of the heart that you are part of your higher self. So the higher self is there, and this is the human aspect in this movie of my higher self, acting to have a certain experience, uh, a certain role, but this is not the higher self. And that was my lesson of this week. That's why I have my enormous, powerful flu, cold, whatever you can call it. Many countries would put me in containment, but hey, it's just a natural process. And but it made me realize that I am not the person I am. I'm just a part of my higher self. And it made me realize that I have to work harder, and more intense is better phrased, more intense on a daily basis to be in contact with my higher self. And even although it's already in good condition and good contact, it can be much more powerful. And the more I will do this, and I can feel at the same moment energy going through my heart, the more I do this, the more light can come through my system, the more light can be anchored, which is very important, and be shown around so that others see what kind of things light can do. So I want to move into this part again, and um, so that's the realization, higher self is the main part of you, and you as a human being is a small part of the higher self, and that we can create and extend and expand the connection between the higher self by daily connecting to it, communicating, asking questions, telling stories. If you walk in the nature, you can start asking questions. You will get answers in return. So let me see, and I will come back to that later. So let's do that. That part of the higher self. So put some codes on that. So again, close your eyes, hand on the heart, feet next to each other. And this is in all time, space, dimensions, and infinities. It's the realization that you are just a human being, part of your higher self, and your higher self is much bigger than you as a human being. That you can work on your connection by communicating, connecting, and feeling in the connection of the heart. Take away some programs of distortion of this. Take some layers, patterns of the matrix, round it away. Opening the heart further. Allergies. In my belief system, allergies are disbalances. So that somewhere down the road, you are not aligned, what I'm just talking about, enough, or just not calibrated perfectly. And then there's a disbalance, and this disbalance is shown by irritation and allergic reactions. That's one of the pillars of this belief system. Another pillar is that there's a lot of polluted information getting into our systems, and if there's a slight disbalance, it could stick there. And if there's a slight disbalance here, it could also attach there, and so it makes it bigger. So there are a few ways, of course, we can work on the balance, and as well, you are. It's interesting for yourself to see if the environment, if you work, are you how do you say it? If you are nice enough for your body, is the food you are taking, is that organic? Is the water you take, is that pure without fluoride? Is the air in your surrounding pure enough? Many things like that. And sometimes you live in surroundings which are not good for you, and your system is just showing you by allergic reactions, this is not good for you. So an allergic reaction is like a big flag telling you, hey, you have to communicate inside with your body, and together with your body, with your higher self. So it's this is like a nice bulletin from, hey, Patricia, start doing your investigation. Something they are your higher self is trying to tell you through the body something. So, but I will also give you some codes for balancing your system. Find the original rebalance, like the reset, and do your own work in this. Okay. So in all time, space, dimensions, and infinities. And this is for balancing everybody's system. But Original balance. So let me see, because there are some things written. I have to put this on the screen. Okay, Sylvia, the code to let go thinking. Wow, you can type. Um, what do you want to say with that? It's like, I think for most beings, it's not important where the information comes from. It's only the resonation point that you can, it's that you can refine your own calibration. And from that own calibration, you are perfectly capable of finding your own purity balance. And from that purity balance, you can um, evolve, become bigger and more light. So that's the only thing which is needed. And most of the other things are earthly terminology, earthly labelings, not of importance, not of galaxies information. So let's get rid of all this thinking knowledge. So close your eyes, connect to your heart. Jiku kota aya shunima a har ish ukuku toi shi to 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 shimi ish uf kapartika a hushto a sr as or sur stapapa sure or it's only the heart which is needed. Only the thinking through the heart. Forget all this earthly information. It's not of importance. This is mostly created in this movie on the sides. It's not yours. It's not originally you connected to your higher self at all. It's neighbors, new trees, and many things are in this message. So neighbors, relationship with the neighbors, new trees, different kind of a tree, but still it's balance your system. If it's the neighbors, new trees, or it's like a plant or a factory on the next street or whatever, it's telling you, your system is telling you, hello, you have to do some communication inside. Check what's happening. It's only helping you. This is a message helping you to have a look into it. And with that look into it, not to the neighbors, not to the tree, into your system, answers will pop up. You will communicate with your body and your higher self, and answers will pop up. Yeah, it fits unfortunately very well in the telling of this calibration. The vaccine is a very, very, very severe interaction, and not an interaction. It's like an uh, it's an it's getting into your system, in it tries to get even into the core of your system to disbalance that. That's how I look at it. And the disbalancing is terribly in the kernel, so it's very heavy. So again, I'm not experienced with people with vaccinations in this, but I still believe that it's possible. My advice is stop with this external insertions, because they won't. There's nothing your higher self ever created for you from uh, pharma. So just start really connecting to your inner world. Start talking to your body. Start connecting to your higher self, and see how much damage control there can be done. Yeah, that's I'm sorry for that happened, and I hope it only is this part. Let me see. Hey, Barbara. Okay, and I see many other people. So hi everybody. Um, Strengthens my connection to knowing that I am a multinational being. Barbara, you are. We are all. You don't have to connect that stronger. It's like a knowing that it's there. It's like the air is for breathing. It's like nature is good for you. It's like you need sunshine. You are multidimensional. That's the only thing. It's trust, and that trust issue is so. Thanks for bringing this up. There are many ways we step away from our trust. Trust that everything is perfectly orchestrated. Trust that you are a multidimensional being. Trust that you are, because you are multidimensional, capable of healing yourself, correcting everything as much as possible. So this is trust. Trust that everything is perfectly orchestrated. It's like I always say, it's like trusting without proof. It's just there. You just sit. Okay, it's like this. But I will help you and support you with codes, and don't every time you start thinking like this, hand on the heart, rewrite this thinking, go back into the heart, and start connecting to these codes I will give you now on trust. Pure trust. Everything is perfectly orchestrated. The source, your higher self, have put you together with your free will, and you decided to come here at the right time in space, in the right time, at the right place. They will never give you a shit operation. Trust that. It's your higher self. It's the source. So close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and start really getting into these codes. These are in all time, space, dimensions, and infinities, through all timelines, through all quantum fields. Just taking away all these little distrusts. And it's giving you a massive shower of trust in every aspect of your physical and energetical body. Connect to your higher self, connect to the source, central sun, and again get this shower of trust. It's at 360 degrees, it gets everywhere. Again, taking away any programs, inserts, implants, which are holding you back from your trust. Okay, standing there. Hmm. For me, I'm not a skinny one. Fasting is something that you do with your mind. You make a decision today. I'm not going to eat for so long. And intermediate fasting is, I think, a very good way. That's one part. The second part is for the energies around you, for the task you have as a light being. It can be necessary that you need a bit more skin and some fat under the skin than others. We are, uh, if the need comes from overeating, then you can check if the overeating comes from emotions. If the emotions, then if it's emotions, then you go inside and communicate with the emotions and understand them, accept them, put them in the light, and let them go into the earth. If there's a different reason, sometimes it's medicine, sometimes it's something else. So maybe you have another chat on the side on private session on that. But those are the most easy ones. So it's a little bit more homework than just codes. Because if I give codes, it's just like if there's another next split second decision, it's changing again. But if you want, we're gonna have a chat on that separately. Let me see. Uh, Not to interrupt. Well, I let you interrupt. However, a helpful tool for some souls to connect to your higher self. Imagine looking at yourself as an infant, and your own or in your own arms helps to connect to higher self and maintain the connection. Look, you're very welcome for all these. What's working for you can work for another person. So it's not interrupting at all. That's why I put it here, and um, it's beautiful. Any help, if you see anybody you want to give some advice, ask if it's okay, because it's always easier if somebody wants advice, because otherwise they put their finger in the ear and they're like, no, 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 no. But it helps, and I am agreeing. Okay, so before I forget it, tomorrow at 5 o'clock Amsterdam time in the afternoon, Patricia has her healing meditation again. If you haven't joined yet, I will advise you to join in. We talked about the pineal gland today. This is the meditation healing, which is specifically aimed at this. The reactions before until now are really, really super enthusiastic. It's very, very deep healing. There's no recording of it because this is only in a space safe ground for the people attending. Not even the people get a recording from what they attended, because we don't want to share it out, because this is very deep healing. By myself, I can stipulate that Patricia is rocketed in her energy in the last 2 weeks, and I'm very grateful for it. I hope people can join. If you want to join, excuse me, if you want to join, send a personal message to me or to Patricia. Do that before 3 o'clock tomorrow or something like that. As early as possible. We want your email address, because then we can send the link to your email address. Um, this is very, very, very powerful. It's at 5 o'clock, 1700 AMS Amsterdam time. So 1700 Amsterdam time tomorrow. Patricia is doing it, and it's not a meditation. It's a very, very deep healing as well. It's the pineal gland is the topic, and so it's strongly suggested, advised. Just a little advertising, but I think it's very beneficial for all being here. So that's what I wanted to say. Next is that the coming weeks, it's possible that one of the Friday sessions will drop out, because Monday we drive to Holland again, and then things are a little bit out of our control. Sometimes things are planned at Friday evening, and I think there's one Friday session which will drop out. If you want to know it, we will put information on the timelines on Facebook, but it's possible if you sit there for nothing, just go back to YouTube, and there you have the Inner Source Condition channel, and you can always look at another old one, because all these codes are put in here, all these light codes, all these source codes, they are always valid. As long as this recording stays, they still work. So it's advice to, if something resonates with you, repeatedly listen to it and just feel what your higher self wants you to listen to, because your higher self knows exactly, without even seeing these recordings, where the good information is. Yeah, that's I think is a good tip. Well, what more? Is there any questions anymore? How was today for you? Let me see if I said hello to everybody. Mm-hmm. Next, I talk to you. Yeah. Just, look. Just scrolling down the list to see if I didn't miss anything. And yeah. Yeah, thank you too, Barbara. Let's just come back and tell me what. So, let me see. Yeah, and you're welcome, and thank you for being here. What I just want to stipulate again is Patricia and I, myself, we do how do you say it, individual sessions. Everything we do is on donation basis. We want to have an equal energy exchange. That's the goal, but you can decide what that is. Whatever we do is just like we let it go. Of course, we like to get out of the financial system, but it's this time that there's something. Donation is just free for everybody. It's like the meditation, healing, this work, and it's not like work, but it's our normal day-to-day routine. So, but if something is more interesting for you to have a personal session, and don't hesitate, money shouldn't be an issue. It's like if there's a topic you don't want to talk about in this open broadcast room, then you just put a personal message, and we work out whatever is needed. And if you prefer to have that session with Patricia and myself, we check both. We feel if that's the right solution, and if that's, you get us both. The benefit of both is that you don't. There's no way to hide, and but and on the other hand, it's also shorter in time, because it's like really bombarding you at the right place. If you prefer my energy, you can always ask for me. If you prefer Patricia's energy, you ask for her. But it's always like we are feeling into what is needed. Um, it's that money has no value. What we receive is like we thank you. Yeah, it's like that, and it's just like getting that energy exchange, because it's just like we love to help you, and working with your light is bringing us more power in our light. And it's just, we want to know that, we want everybody to know that living from the heart is the way to do it, and then everything changes in a beautiful planet. So that's a nice phrase to finish this one, I think. um, Love you all. Thank you for the interaction. Thank you for the questions and remarks. Thank you for what I could see helping each other. um, thank you for just being here. If you didn't see it directly, thank you for watching the recording. And remember, at Saturday, tomorrow, that's the 4th of June, at 5 o'clock Amsterdam time, Patricia has her meditation healing on the pineal gland. If you want to connect in that, write your email address, and then yeah, the cough. It's a clearing process. It's clearly a clearing process, and some people call it different, but it's how it works. But yeah, I understand. Thank you for that, Lou. So Katrina is telling everybody, like me, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon again, and hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, bye bye.